Hi everybody, my name is Tony Hain Shipkowski. This is my online formative assessment review for Plickers, Plickers.com. I just wanted to show you guys the basics of the website after reviewing the video, which was kind of confusing because it was the paid version versus the free version, which is not what I'm going to show you. I just want to go through this very quickly just to give you a basic idea, and we'll go from there. Pardon my voice, I'm just getting over a pretty nasty cold actually today. So here we go. Okay, so new set. This is where you create or edit questions that you want to use. The options are multiple choice, which you can see here, or true and false, which is a simple click down here at the bottom, or survey. Multiple choice allows you to obviously select the type of questions that you're using. Sorry, it's kind of, there we go. Again, up here at the top, you can rename the set. That's where it says untitled set. You can just say whatever you want to call it. Add to queue is where you go to add it to different classes. If you have four of the same classes like I do, you can use this in all four courses, or you can edit one in case you didn't get to the same thing in all of your classes, which is pretty neat. You can also print out a handout for students who are hard of seeing for an electronic projection like on a smartboard like you see behind me. To do this, it's really simple. You just type in your answer, or your question, excuse me, and your answers down here if it was multiple choice. To add a new question, you just hit that, type in your question. For multiple choice, it's as simple as clicking A, B, C, or D. Or survey, you can just, it doesn't select an incorrect or a correct answer, it just leaves them all together, and then we'll tabulate who said what at the end of the quiz or test. To go back home real quick, to go to recent and library, it's kind of the same thing. It keeps track of what you've done most recently or what you've changed in whatever set most recently. Your library is where everything is that you've done. You can create a new pack. New pack is just basically a file folder of different tests. So if you teach multiple different courses like a high school or middle school where you teach different courses, you can create a pack or a folder for your classes. Then to go into your test run like to a quiz, I just want to show you this real quick. This is some of the questions that I asked earlier. Of course, I made myself the best teacher on our team, but this is pretty much the simple way of setting up a test. And then I set up a survey. What is your favorite subject? And then I was going to try true and false, but I just want to show you the basics here. So to go back home, again, library is where everything is held. Then you can go to reports. Once you run a test, you can have the report here. The report shows you, okay, these people got this grade on this entire test, and it's just for the graded portions. Survey obviously doesn't count to anything, so it won't have any effect on their grade. So if you click on by individual question, it shows you who got the question correct, who got it wrong. And then at the top it tells you the total percent of students that got it correct. So if you're keeping track of data questions for your school like we have to periodically throughout the year, this can help you do that by aligning it to standards. To go back to the report, to go back to the library, I did forget to mention that if you want to play a test, you click on it and it'll say play now. And if you're projecting it on the board behind you on a smart board or a projector of some sort, the kids can see the questions up top. They can also see that the kids who answered already, who hasn't, and you can show their answer choices, but I wouldn't do that because I don't want my kids to cheat on a test, or whether it's a formative or summative assessment, I don't want them to cheat. To do that, you just need a smartphone or a iPad of some sort, something like that, and then you can print out these lovely little cards. They give you the option of 63 QR code cards to print out. And it makes it very nice because then it's very hard for the kids to cheat because there are 63 variations and every card is different. Plus, the best part is that, you know, if you hold the card this way, this is choice A, this is B, this is C, this is D, but the kids don't know where A is because only the person holding the card can see it and the other people can't. Again, to play this, it's just projected on your smartboard. Finally, real quick, the score sheets option is where you go and you can pick on a class, and just for this week or today or the whole month, you can see all the results of all your tests that you've ever given on this program, and it'll show you, okay, this person got this grade on this test, the class average is this, this person got this question wrong. That is the one downside of this program, that you have to go through question by question, kid by kid, to see who got it correct, who got it incorrect, so that way you can group students based off of the need for reassessment or reteaching. Cost structure, just a quick go through everything else. It's free to use with a basic package of unlimited options to create the test or to do a report. However, with the upgrade to Plickers Pro, that's $4.79 a month. You get unlimited shared packs, unlimited instant images, which I was able to add anyway, unlimited score sheets and reports, and then you get priority support, plus the already available options of the free version. Benefits are the real-time results and data is recorded. Only need one device for the results, so you literally need just a phone or an iPad. No, the kids don't need one, just you as the teacher. You can use in all content areas. You can make the questions whatever you want. The free package gives you enough features to utilize. I actually might start doing this myself every week for a quick recap quiz. Reusable barcodes from class to class. You laminate those cards from each class. You just have to make sure that the kids use the same one over and over, because if you make Johnny number 1 and next week he uses number 2, his results are going to be for somebody else and somebody else's will be for his. So if you want to do some data tracking to see how kids are progressing, that would be the only drawback, one of the drawbacks of this program. It is hard for students to teach since everyone's barcode is different, and it's hard to see letter answers on the card. It's a great formative assessment at the end of the week or a quick check after a lesson or a small group of lessons. A few constraints are its paid package does give you more options as always, but it is cumbersome to collect the data because, like I said before, you have to go through each class kid by kid, see who got what wrong, and align those based on the results. Again, this is a pretty neat program, and I think I might utilize this here in the near future. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.